But we're at Eastbourne after, well, an embarrassing final score of Eastbourne 7, Welling United 3. Harry, after the poor performance at Maidenhead, albeit the leaders, to look for a reaction here, to come back from a goal down 3 times at 3 each and then just completely capitulate, you must be scratching your head.
Not massively scratching my head, because I think when you see some of the characters in there, it's not that surprising. So I'm not massively scratching my head, to be honest. We have to sometimes try and lift them up and gee them up, and it seems like if we don't say anything from the side, some of them go missing. And you can't coach people through the game. And that's some of the personnel that have been signed here in that area. It's not surprising at times. And, you know, we give them the info. We know about these. I've been in this league a long time. We know the first 20 minutes of every game they're quite bright and they drift away. That's why they never get in the playoffs, because they're not a consistent side. We've told them that. We concede early on. Second half, we said again they'll come out first 20, weather it, and then we'll be in the game, as you can see. Told them that. We concede early on. There's not a lot more at times we can do, and sometimes it's down to characters. And when they cross that line, we can't make people run at times. We can't make people go and do certain bits. And so it's not massively surprising to me, no.
So, have you give up on some of your players, Harry?
Not give up on them, but you ain't going to give up because they're here. And you've got to deal with. You've got to try and get the best out of what you got. And at times, that's why. I mean, if you listen to us on the side, I don't think you can accuse us of giving up. I think because we don't stop, but we can only do so much vocally, and it comes down to them. And some of them, it's not that surprising that they throw it in when it gets to 4-4-3. They throw it in. It's not surprising.
So where are our problems on the pitch positionally? Where do you see our problems? Do you see we've got problems up front? We scored 3 goals tonight.
Yeah, but 3 goals against a very poor side defensively, and we're a very poor side defensively. Unfortunately, we were worse than them. And funny enough, before the last 2 games defensively, we've been quite good. We've had a solid back four. We've had quite a few clean sheets. Tonight we were awful. They were slightly better, but they were poor as well. And the manner of the goals we scored against them shows that they weren't a decent side defensively either. I
mean, we gave them kittens. Dan Walker, I thought, was positive on the right. Got the ball in a few times. Every time we went forward and got the ball into their box, we looked like we were going to score.
Yeah, no. Every time we looked like we were going to score. And as I said, it was 2 poor defensive sides. Dan Walker done very well. He was a positive in there. Danny Waldron again is a positive, which he is every week. And then, it's just certain characters. Dan's had a good game, but Dan can be Jekyll and Hyde and in and out. Tonight I thought Dan done well, and he was one of our brightest sparks.
Do you think we could have taken Ricky off after being so injured? Did he have to play too long with an injury? Or do you think he probably should have sort of done better?
No, I think the problem we had was both of them. Dean Leacock done his groin just before the half, and he come back out and he was limping. And we asked them two between them, which one of you thinks you're going to get through the game more? And Ricky's was easing slightly, and at any point Dean's was just going to completely pack up on him. So we had to take a guess on even. It's not ideal to lose either. If we had 2 centre halves on the bench, we'd change 2, but we didn't. So we've had to try and adjust, and it's not ideal. But again, the Tuesday night curse. Danny Waldron plays a centre half at every Tuesday night game, it seems.
What do you think of Jake, who came down from Morecambe, I believe, to play for us today?
Done okay. I'd say, Fishy's more experienced. When Fishy's fit, I would expect Fishy to come back in and play.
So you didn't think that bringing Jake in and being a bit more inexperienced at the back was any?
I think you look at the goals and try and be a little bit objective about it rather than just my opinion. I think the second goal, I think Jake, the only one player in the box was their left midfielder, so you're going to question your right back and see where he was. But I'd have to watch that again and see. Apart from that, he done all right. He's not the reason why we lost the game. He done okay, but he's got some potential. But at the same time, we have a decent right back that's quite out at the moment, and hopefully Matt Fisher will be back on Saturday.
Yeah, is it his hamstring?
Yeah,
it's just a bit tight?
No, if it had gone, he wouldn't be anywhere near it. It was a slight little strain in it, which he's been with a physio. He's been back at Gillingham where he was before. They've rehabbed it for him, and he reckons by Saturday he'll be fine.
That's 2 bad performances on the trot, Harry. How do we make sure that Saturday isn't another?
We can only try and take it on the chin and go again. We can't make any promises. We've got to try and get best out of the characters that are in there. Try and see what we can do, whether that's bringing people in, which isn't always the answer, or it's trying to make sure they get a reaction. At home, we seem to be a lot better than we are away. So we can try and use that as one thing, and then from there we'll have to go and try and see Saturday if there's a reaction. But with some of them, there's a question mark every week. There's a question mark what you're going to get from them today, and you can't have a lot of players like that.
No Vass tonight. Is his loan finished or was he injured?
Vass's groin is slightly tight, and he texted saying he couldn't make it in. So Vass is injured, but again, that's characters and that, and we question some people like that, and why don't they dig in? And I question mark that one. So being honest, Vass tells me he's injured.
Sean Francis.
Sean's gone to see the physio tonight, the main physio, and check it in. I don't think Sean's will be great. You know, Sean's is a genuine injury. I think Sean might be probably 3-4 weeks minimum, and if that, if he gets into the end of the season. So we've got to try and get them to pack fit as possible for Saturday, because Sean won't be there. So it's going to be one of them two, or we're going to have to try and get someone in.
We're in a bit free-fall, and Gospel have won again, so it's down to 5. It was 11. They're confident. We're heads down. Are we going to turn this one around, Harry, and start getting some points?
So a lot of the players are good enough too, and we said beforehand, it's not a defeatist thing. We generally think we can stay up. The only thing I don't like is when I hear some of the players say that we're too good to go down. That's rubbish. No one's too good to go down. The league table doesn't lie. You are where you are for a reason, because you're not too good to go down. So I said we have to pick up and fight, and we showed a bit of fight at times, but then sometimes we just threw it in, and we've got to have a little bit more resilience and understand the game is 90, 95 minutes. Saturday they seem to be pleased that we kept it in the second half, but whenever did they think a game is 45 minutes? I don't know. So we've got to come out and fight, and yeah, I do think we'll be all right if we react again on Saturday, and if our home record stays as it is, and we need to start picking up points away, because you can't just rely on your home record.
The chairman, I believe, has said recently at the fans' evening that he would be looking to keep 8 or 9 of this squad. This time of the season, players are looking for deals at this club and at other clubs.
Yeah.
Do you think there's anywhere near 8 or 9 players here that deserve a deal with us next season, the way they're playing?
No, I don't. As I said, I've been in sides that have won this league, and I've been in sides that have struggled around, and you get to know characters, and the club needs a little bit more of resilience in certain players. Need a few more Danny Waldrons in there, a few more Ricky Howes, that you know what you're going to get every week. And if you get a good 6, 7, 8 of those, then you know every week you can know what you're getting. At least is the minimum is your work rate and effort, and then the quality around it. With people like, if you got quality like Coombsy again and stuff like that, then you need that. But no, he'll have to recruit forward-wise massively, in my opinion. Someone who's going to go and score goals. And again, defensively we need centre halves. We've got good centre halves, but they're not always fit. So you've got to have centre halves that are going to be playing week in, week out, and get a settled side in the squad. And at the moment, and so no, I don't think there's 8 or 9.
As you said before, it's a Tuesday night syndrome where we've had injuries, and midfield gets pulled apart, and Danny has to go back there. So is that one thing that we have got wrong, where we didn't have enough cover at the back this year? Do you think that's cost us points on the road?
Yeah, I think it's covered throughout. I think it's covered throughout. I think sometimes we've stood on the side and we looked on the bench, and it's light, and so I think throughout there needs to be a better quality throughout the 16, rather than having a good 9 or 10 and going that way. It doesn't work like that, and because especially at non-league, players do get injuries and players do pick up stuff. So I think there's going to need to be a big recruitment in the summer.
Finally, a word for the fans. I thought they were fairly good numbers at Maidenhead, and surprising numbers, I think, tonight. Yeah. It's a Tuesday, it's a long way to come after work, and they're going to go home feeling, I don't want to say the word conned, but they're going to go home feeling that they haven't been given a fair crack tonight by the players.
I'd say conned by a few. I wouldn't say by everyone. I'd say
Is that important, Harry, to make the point that we have got players that put in a shift?
Yeah, massively. You got plenty. I'd put my house every week that I know what Danny Waldron's going to do. I know what Ricky Howes is going to do, and I know what the keeper's made a mistake with the free kick that he probably should have saved. But Chris has been excellent in most of the games, and so
to be fair, he kept us in the game earlier for one-on-one.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say combat. I'd say definitely they should go away and think they've been let down. I think when you show that resilience and then you throw it in that last 5-10 minutes, we can't work hard for another 5-10 minutes, and they've got to go and drive 3 hours home. So it's a selfish mentality of some of the players, and yeah, massive. There was great support. I didn't expect there to be as many. Didn't deserve us to have as many.
They tried to lift them second half, didn't they?
No, massively. That doesn't go unnoticed. We recognise. That's why we told them to go back over there. But giving them a clap at the end isn't enough, and they've got to give them more than that.
Harry, thanks for coming out and talking to us so soon after the final whistle, and let's hope that we can sort of get this going before we get sucked right into it.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.